an extrovert person. You know, he was somebody who loved education, loved life. And to see now that the work that we're doing now is helping other young people. Yes, you know, I will always remember Stephen. We'll never forget Stephen. You know, like Christmas, we take flowers to where he died. So that's something I do on a regular basis, is always remembering him. But at the same time, I have to think about what can I do in order to move on, help other young people, help other parents, so they don't sort of go through the same thing as I've gone through.
And 20 years on, do you feel that things have actually changed in terms of race relations? Because recently you've been quite critical of David Cameron and the fact that perhaps they're neglecting an area they should be concentrating on.
I think things have moved forward, but I think where my criticism is, I feel as if there's some things we're going backwards. Because I think having the Macpherson report and the work that we've done there and what he set out in a recommendation was for us to move forward. And I think this government, there's areas in which they're moving backwards. The Stop and Search, for instance, they're moving backwards. The Equality Bill, they're moving backwards with. And so I just feel that sometimes, you know, they need to stop and listen to what the public is saying and how they're feeling about what's happening now. And part of me feels as if they're not listening.
You mentioned the legacy and helping other young people and disadvantaged young people. I mean, what is SL20 going to be able to do to help those young people?
This year, as we move forward and start moving forward to the future, we want to be able not just to focus on architecture as we've done for the past 14 years, but look at other profession that young people are not achieving as we think they should, especially within the black community. So we're working on a program called Access to the Profession, and we started sort of working with a big law firm now to say how we can sort of get young people, especially young black men, into the profession and to move up the ladder rather than just staying at the bottom.
Because there is still a perception, isn't there, certainly amongst some parts of the country, that young black men in particular, I guess, don't move into those levels of profession. I mean, obviously that was something Stephen himself was challenging.
And hence why we begin to look at how do we help young people to move into these professions. So it's not just, as I say, architecture. We're looking at law, we're looking at the media, we're looking at journalism, nursing. I mean, so we've sort of, with the Royal College of Nursing, we've had a meeting with them to see how we can work and how we can sort of help to move nurses or young people into nursing and to move up into the higher echelons of the nursing rather than just being state registered nursing. So those are the sort of things that we're working on now.
Obviously you've got a big challenge ahead in looking forward, moving things forward, keeping that legacy going and having some real effects. Can I take you backwards just a little bit, just to the summer and the Olympics? Your role in that, how did it feel? I mean, I was sat at home watching you carrying the Olympic flag and what have you. Was that important for you to take that worldwide role centre stage?
It was. At the same time, I think for me, I don't always take on board the significance of things until they actually happen. And as I stood waiting to walk out, it suddenly hit me the importance of the flag and what it means, the Olympic flag means across the world. And that's when I realised that this is really, really something really big. And I felt really privileged that I was there representing an ordinary members of the public who were sort of taking part in that. Because I think it's not a celebrity that I felt that was given the opportunity. It was just ordinary people who's done extraordinary things. And that was an achievement. And that, when I look back, my other two children was in the audience. And yes, I was so overwhelmed thinking about that. You know, Stephen, my two other children, my grandchildren, and here I am. One of those is walking out with the flag, and it's an amazing place, amazing thing to have happened to me.
It is really quite something. Look, we wish you all the very best with SL20. Hope you get the results that you want out of all of this. Doreen, good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We'll stay with us here on Sunrise. Coming